Hello, it is 5:44 a.m. Saturday, January 14th, 2023. I'm sitting here chilling at my dining room table and I'm reflecting back on having this conversation with the girl Star that I used to be friends with back home in Asbury. And it just I don't know what the heck, like my brain it'll just start reflecting on like past stuff. But I would like to say that Star is the one that introduced me to her cousin Adrian. It was the summertime. It was in the summertime or whatever. And I forget why he had came over to her house or whatever, but she introduced me to him. And after that, we started like going out, hanging out and stuff like that. He worked for a hotel chain, and we would go out on the weekends and stuff and hang out or whatever. And then all of a sudden, he stopped contacting me, and I was like pretty much heartbroken. Like, damn, what the hell did I do to him? I thought everything, was going kind of smooth. He just left without no explanation. Come to find out, he started messing with Star's other friend, Coco. I don't know what her real name is or whatever, but during the time that he and Coco was dealing with one another, Coco had became pregnant, and like I knew I found this out after the fact because Star had sat down and was talking to me one day. We was at her house smoking, and she said that Coco had told her that you know she had felt some type of way. I guess Adrian was doing the same thing that he had done to me, because December of 2017 he had came back into my life. So it had been 10 years from the time that he had started messing with Coco, and I had like moved on and went through my experiences in life or whatever, whatever. But Star had told me, she was like, yeah, Coco had contacted her and told her that she had gotten pregnant by him. We call him Bleak or whatever. And she said that Coco like said that she was like throwing herself down the steps and stuff like that, trying to kill the baby. I guess she was trying to like wanting to get an abortion, and it went past the time that she can get one or whatever. And she was angry, I guess, because Bleak was seeing other women, or he told her he didn't want to be with her anymore. I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly, but I remember Star had explained it to me. But yeah, she said that Coco was like throwing herself down the steps intentionally, trying to get rid of the baby. I'm not quite sure whether the baby was actually born and the baby died or whatever, or how that went. But I know that when she was telling me, like my heart sank. I was like, she did what? Like, why would you do that? Why would you? I didn't understand it, but it broke my heart that what Star was telling me about what the lengths of what this girl did to try to get rid of this baby, all because the man didn't want to be with her, or she caught him cheating or whatever. Because I know from my own personal experience with Adrian, like he would have rather been with a woman. I don't know whether he's like that now, because like I tried to, reconnect and all of that, and it just didn't work out because he lied to me and the person that he was with. Come to find out, he had a baby with this young lady, because the young lady called me, and it was June of 2020, I believe, that that she had contacted me and asked me, did I know him and all of this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, we used to date or whatever. And she had asked me, was I having a sexual relationship with him? And I was like, no, the last time that I did was in February of 2018. And I hadn't seen him since. Like, I told her, like, I'm way far from where you guys are. So I don't know what's going on with him, in a physical, personal space or whatever. But, I say that to say, like, playing with people's emotions, and it's just a message for everybody that comes across my page, because I had to learn a lesson of, you know, keeping a secret from someone about my child's paternity and stuff like that. It's not exactly the same situation, but it's just the point of omitting the truth and the consequences and the things that you go through, by not being honest about things. And it just was so unfortunate that I had to hear that story about what the length that this young lady went to get rid of this child. And unfortunately the baby passed away or whatever. And it's just like time in life is too short to be running around being manipulative, doing scandalous things, and putting unnecessary traumas and dramas into people's lives, all because someone rejects you, or you find out some things that may hurt you deeply. Like, I've been hurt deeply a lot of times in my life, but me personally, I've never wanted to go to the extent of saying that I wanted to kill somebody. I might have said things in a fit of rage and anger, but I've never wanted to intentionally hurt somebody, because like my conscience won't allow me. Like, I don't care how angry I get, my conscience won't allow me to act upon, doing something to take somebody out of this world. I say these things to say that, as I said, life is too short to spend it on trying to do get back on people, or cause harm and injury to somebody because they don't want to be with you. It was hard for me to say, okay, I accept the fact that, like, he don't want to be with me no more. Like, I pretty much, in this present space, like, when I go through things, I go through them pretty much by myself, because my whole life I've pretty much been by myself. It didn't matter how many people I was around, I still was battling a lot of things alone, because everybody always like outcasted and pointed fingers and shunned me because I was always different. I didn't fit in with anybody. And at that time I used to feel bad about not being able to fit in, because I just wanted to be accepted. In this present moment, I know that me not fitting in is a beautiful thing, because everybody is not supposed to fit in, where they don't belong. And it's very few and far in between of individuals that are like me in this world that, are loners. And I'm okay with that. I had to become okay with that, because when I got to a space where I was able to be by myself, I purged a lot. Like crying and, getting rid of a lot of emotions that I held on to for all of my life. And as I started doing that, things became easier for me to be able to deal with. Everybody thinks that, like, I have this whole, like, I don't know what type of lifestyle that people think that I have. Like, I'm a plain Jane. Like, it doesn't take much for it to make me happy. I'm not what they would call a label whore. All of that stuff like that. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, if I could come across it on sale or something like that, kudos, you know. But I've never like put, you know, a lot of emphasis on labels and, fashion and stuff. Like, I have my own unique fashion sense, and it might not be how everybody else thinks that I should dress or how I should look or whatever. And I'm at a point I don't give a damn how nobody views me. I put on what makes me comfortable. I wear my hair the way it makes me comfortable. At one point in time, I had like different kind of wigs and stuff like that, where like one day I might wear this color wig, then the next day I might wear that color wig, then another time I might just wear my natural hair, and then other times I'll try something else. And I remember when I first had my locks. Well, this is the second time I've had these locks. But the first time when I had my locks, I think my son was like 3 or 4 years old. And the first time that I went to the hair store and got like the packs of braiding hair, I had braided the hair over top of my locks, because I just wanted to have something different going on, and it actually helped my hair grow. So when people saw me after seeing me with my locks so much, they're like, "Oh my God, you cut your hair?" Da, da, da. Nah, my hair is in there. Oh my God, how did you do that? Da, da, da. Because I thought outside of the box and did something different. I've always been a thinker outside of, the societal norms box of how people should be programmed to think or how they should, live and respond to their environment. And yeah, I'm okay with that. I just want to send a message to, like I said, whoever comes across my page, it's okay to be your own individual, unique self. You don't have to do and go above and beyond and try to buy somebody's love because money can never buy love. Happiness comes from within. And that's a hard lesson that I had to learn because I always like didn't do things to make me feel good, but always considered someone outside of myself to make them feel good or whatever, because that's who I naturally am. But since I've taken the time to like pour all of the love that I was trying to give to people into myself, I feel a lot more complete and content within myself to where I don't have to feel like I'm missing anything because at the end of the day I am enough, and I don't feel bad because people missed out on an opportunity with me. I don't feel like I missed out on anything because I'm okay with where I'm at. I still have, ups and downs of, things that I battled with emotionally and stuff like that, but it's okay for me to cry and get those feelings out, but not stay stuck in that mindset or in that, in that down funk, because life still continues to move forward. And as I've been doing that, I've come across a lot of great opportunities, and there's still more opportunities out here in this world that like are ready to unlock for me. And I'm excited about looking forward to that. And I'm excited about my children being able to experience something different after all of the stuff that they went through. It wasn't just me that was going through what I was going through. It was my children as well, you know what I mean? And a lot of things were done unconsciously and and a bit selfishly when like I was out there, ripping and running and getting high and things like that. But I always knew that that's not who I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to be doing. So I started meditating and like, talking to the universe and saying like, look, I want change in my life. I'll do what I have to do and I'll stick by that. I want to be more compassionate within my structure of what it is that I want to accomplish. And since I've taken the time, I found out that I don't have to rush anything and not to rush myself. When it's time to relax and rejuvenate myself, I do that. When it's time to get up and go and handle what I have to go do, I go handle what I have to, and then I allow myself to be, able to give myself a break. Because before I was running, 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 making sure this person, that person, this person, and that person was pleased. And at the same time, depleting myself physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally of the things that I needed for myself. So now that I am taking the time to do just that, I'm okay with it. And a lot of people might call it selfish because at one point in time, like when people were doing that to me, I'm like, oh, that's selfish. But I tend to put myself in other people's shoes, and I can see from different point of views and different and have a different perspective on, you know, everybody in their own individual unique journey. And I'm grateful that I'm able to come to that understanding and not feel selfish about putting care into myself and allowing other people to do just that without being intrusive. I'll check up from time to time or whatever, but in a point in a space where I was getting myself together, my ancestors let me know, like, give that a break. You can go back to it later on, but right now this is what I need you to do. And me listening to the universe and to my ancestors, I am very grateful that I was given the opportunity to be able to experience what I've experienced. So the last of this message is never give up hope, never give up on what your dreams are and what you aspire to do and be in life, because as long as you have breath in your body, you can accomplish anything that you want. But what I would recommend and suggest, which I wish somebody would have recommended and suggested to me, was to get to know myself more and to love on myself a little bit more and to have a strong support system. And if this video will be a little bit of help and support and guidance for somebody, I am grateful that I'm able to help you in your journey. I love you all. I love the world. I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. But at the same time, I'm here to help heal the world, as well as other beings that are here that do a similar job as myself. So you take care of yourself, and it's okay to take out time to love yourself and be patient with yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. And the hell with it, what anybody else has to say about it or whatever judgment they pass, because boy, they done slandered me. They done ran me through the mill. They done called me all out my name and, pre-assumed and prejudged me. But that's okay. That people are entitled to their feelings and their views. I don't feel that way about myself. I know what I've done in my life. I know what walk of life that I've been on, and I know where I'm going. So, it's okay. So love yourself first. It's not selfish for you to put love and care and concern into yourself and be patient with yourself. Always remember, you are important.